What's going on, Virginia's for Lowriders? This is Sean James of Kentucky The MiniTruck State. This week we're subscribing to the Crawford Lee 15 minutes for 15% or less. Wait, that's Geico, I think. We're subscribing to your whole 15 minutes a day to get something done. And by 15 minutes a day, I mean we're going to spend the rest of the week getting this done because we're tired of working on these inner fenders. This week we will get these done. So thank you for keeping me motivated for 15% or less. Oh, what's up everybody? I'm Sean James and this is Kentucky, the MiniTruck State. On this week's video, we're back on Kaydee's Mazda and we're working on getting these inner fenders welded up. I finally went through and got the stuff to get it done, so that is what we're gonna focus on. And this week's video is gonna be different than normal. We're not gonna do a lot of talking, we're gonna get a lot of action done because I'm tired of working on the same thing over and over and over. I'm sure you guys are. We're 5 videos deep. This is the 6th video just on the inner fenders and I'm ready to move on to work on something else. So what I'm going to plan on doing is just kind of setting the camera up, capturing some shots, and maybe once in a while we'll break down and do a little bit of talking, but let's actually get some work done this week. Let's get this stuff welded up, let's get it primered, and let's get it bedlined. Let's get this front end wrapped up. I want to go ahead and pull the front suspension stuff off too. While we're at it, go ahead and take the wheels off, get them out of the way, and then just get all that stuff blown apart and get it ready to paint. The only thing we have to do on the front will be the shock mounts on the front. I still got to work on those a little bit just to get them a little stronger. And by that, I mean we need to get some more gussets put on there somehow to help hold that up there. But I'm not too worried about that. But we'll get it taken care of. So let's go ahead and just jump into this week's video. Before we get into the video, one thing we're gonna have to do is get kind of cleaned up. I wanna have space to work, have the garage looking a little better. Robbie Durbin and his wife are coming over this afternoon to hang out, help me out a little bit. I think we'll go get something to eat and maybe watch a little bit of Supercross. So I got a little bit of straightening up to do, and also maybe if we have enough time in this video, we'll get into what's in the boxes. Jeez. We finally got our stuff from Switch Suspension, so I'm excited about that for sure. Maybe we'll have another project to work on here shortly. I teased that last week and let the end of last week's video, so y'all stick around. And maybe we'll do an unboxing, see what we got. But let me get these set up. Let's get this garage cleaned up a little bit so I have room to work, so I'm not worried about getting nothing messed up. And we'll go from there. We've got the front etched and ready to tack in. I've got the welder sitting here. We are ready to start welding these things in, so wish me luck. I'm not doing a lot of sheet metal work, so I'm actually a little nervous about this. And I've got to be a little careful also because these inner fenders are galvanized. So I don't want to get a bunch of that smoke stuff in my face. So I'll be very careful. I've got my fan running. I got another fan back over here. I'm going to set up to pull air away from me. Kind of blow it out away from where I'm working. So I'll turn the heater off and plug that fan in and use it. But yeah, we're gonna get you guys set up, start getting this stuff welded in, and maybe by the end of the day we'll have welded inner fenders. So today is Saturday. Robbie and his wife are on their way here. They'll be here in just a little bit, so there may be a little break in coverage, but it'll be all right. We're gonna get some Mexican food. So I'm not exactly sure what this week's video is going to entail because I've been recording stuff with the GoPro and I'm having all sorts of issues with editing. And the problem being, I have two GoPros I'm recording with. You go to put them on the phone, all of a sudden it's all scrambled. I can't make sense of what's what goes where. I'm getting frustrated. But anyway, we're making progress. So far in this week's video, we are getting the front end welded up. I'm going to get this done this week. I don't care what it takes. We're going to get it welded in. We've got it tacked in place pretty much everywhere. We're just ready to weld it. And I think I can actually run small beads on most of this stuff because I've got the welder turned down enough, but we'll just do little tacks. I'll go through and grind them down and tack them again, grind them down, tack them again. And hopefully it burns through enough on the back side. Like what we got going on here, you can see that it's definitely burning through. So when we go to metal finish it, it should metal finish really well. I want to get this thing primered and bed lined and done before this video is over. So if I have to edit the content down just to get it done, I'm going to do that this week. We are going to get it done. We are going to move on to something else. I'm tired of playing with the front end. So motivation is low today. I'm not going to lie. We've had a rough day today. Had to go lay a footer out, and the guy that laid it out really messed it up. So it took most of the morning, figure out where he got it wrong, getting it figured out, and then mentally I'm just exhausted. I'm tired. But we're doing the Crawford challenge. 15 minutes a day for 15% or less. Wait, that's Geico. I'm so tired. I'm thinking Crawford's Geico now, but he's not Geico. So I'm going to throw on some earbuds and just set the phone up to catch some video. We're going to time lapse. Play some good music for my brothers, Illegal. Let's get some stuff done. Let's just work this week. And if the other video works out, this may get edited out. Who knows? So let's get after it, buddy. got the inside welded up. Got a little bit of grinding left to do. I still got to fix that little spot right there. Now I got to make a little filler piece to go up in there. Not a real big deal. I got a little over anxious when I was cutting, so we did a little more grinding down over here, and then this is going to get seam sealed on the inside. I've got enough material over here where it welded through really good, so I can take and lightly grind that, and then we'll try and make it look really nice on the inside of the fender well. Do a little bit of body work. Be ready for bedline on that side. Come over here, do the same thing to this side, and I'm going to try and do a little bit different. I did tack. I tried to weld between it, and it got real heavy. I think I'm going to turn my heat up just a little bit and just try and tack it across there, so it doesn't build up as bad. Big boogers have to grind as hard, so it may take me longer to have to weld it and let it cool off. Weld it, let it cool off. So, but yeah, it's coming along pretty good. We'll body work that upper thing, which, you know, there's a pretty good lip there because this is sitting on top of that. So I definitely plan on doing body work there. Same thing over here. We'll take this piece out. We'll do a little bit of body filler and make it look good. We're making progress. I'm hoping here in the next couple hours we'll have it all welded up. Getting ready to pull the harness out, pull this all stuff out of here, do some body work. But I've only got a little bit of Bondo Evercoat, really good body filler. So hopefully I've got enough to do what I need to do. At least an engine bay should be okay. Shouldn't take a whole lot. We'll kind of cake it on, cut it off, and then just get it ready to prime. We'll let it sit for a couple days, let it dry. This is Monday afternoon, by the way, so I've already put in about an hour and a half of work. Listen to the Gravediggers. Y'all listen to Gravediggers? Wu-Tang Clan? Some pretty good music. I wish I could play music on the channel. You can't. Copyright strikes. And just like that, as soon as I get welding done, Inspector General Grace is on the case. Grace, what do you think? You want to look at it? What do you think, Grace? Yep. Pretty sturdy. Is that going to work? Yeah? All right. Got a passing grade the first time. So, all right, watch out, Grace. Let's show these guys what we did. So we've got welded from the outside, and so we got really good penetration coming through. So we'll do a little bit of file work to clean it up. The underside is a little rough, but I'm not mad at it. We'll be able to do a little bit of seam sealer to clean it up there. So I'm not a sheet metal guy. What is it, Grace? Huh? Oh, Grace needs some lubs. I'm going to take a little break. Give Grace some lubs. All right, guys. Currently watching Garage Time with LT. He's painting that skateboard, doing the silver leaf. Pretty cool. Turned out really nice. I just messed up and broke the mic transmitter for my Bluetooth. So the rest of the video will be kind of probably bad again. So, oh well, they put out crappy content the last month and a half, so why not keep it going, right? I got a little trick for you guys where I had to fill this spot in. Let me turn my heater off and get you guys on tripod. All right, so we need to take and be able to fill this piece in. And this is something that I've seen a lot of other people do. So this should be pretty straightforward. Y'all, I'm sure y'all have seen it 1,000 times. Basically what we're gonna do is just take a piece of tape and put the tape up where it lines up on the inside and push it into place. One there. Then we'll put another one on the bottom. So make sure and get it as close as we can. Hopefully you guys can see what's going on here. Just like that. Alright, so once that's up there, just take your finger and run it along that edge so it marks your tape real good. Then you pull it off there. I don't know if you guys can see the edge or not, but we'll pick it up over here where you can see what we're doing. All right, so got my tape here. You can see the outline from where that was bent. So what we'll do is we'll just lay this down here like this. Make sure that fits on. let's take a razor blade and follow the line of where it went. And that's the piece we need. And since that's where we want it, we'll just take the color near that edge. And then we peel that. There you go. Then we'll use a pair of snips and we'll cut that out. I may just take a grinder and cut it close, and then I'll use the snips to finish it. Then I'll take a hammer and hammer it flat. But yeah, so that's the piece that we need to fit in the gap. Pretty simple. Oh look, we got my truck outside for the first time. Seems like forever ago. All right, let's see if we can't get this piece to fit. All right, everybody, we are making progress. So I've now got everything welded and ready. Looking pretty good. I got the piece underneath here welded in. It looks kind of bad, but it's not as bad as it looks, I promise. Just can't get in there with a grinder. I don't have anything small enough to get in there to grind it with. I'm gonna try and find a tool tomorrow, hit our local hardware store if I get like a roll-lock wheel, something like that, where I can get in there and actually clean that up a little bit. So, but it would definitely seam seal up and be fine. So, yeah, like I said, it doesn't look very good, but I promise it is. It's welded up really, really well. The inside finished out really, really nicely. You can see where it's welded through there, so that's the penetration coming through. So it's definitely holding. I haven't started on the passenger side yet. I want to get the driver's side done. I'm going to pick up some seam sealer so we can get all the seams sealed up and have that thing ready to get done. So one side down, one to go. All right, everybody. It's now Tuesday evening. It's about 6:10. When I got home from work, I had to make some custom joist hangers for a job. So I whipped these up, got them welded up, got them painted, got them hanging here drying, got the garage nice and toasty. So wanted something nice and beefy for work, so came home and made those. With that said, I've got a huge mess. I use that skill saw with the steel demon blade. So I've got a huge mess all over my floor. So I'm going to take a minute, get that cleaned up, and then I'm going to focus on trying to get this inside passenger side welded up on Kaydee's Mazda. I've already got it tacked in place. You can see some of the tacks coming through. Once I get that done, I've got to do something with the gaps on the sides. Once I get that done, I got to do some of these gaps on the sides, and I'm not 100% sure if I want to weld those or not. It's not really necessary. It's a nice tight fit. I could probably do it, but I'm afraid it can make a mess. I tried to weld this up here, and I can't get all the stuff cleaned out of that. So that's just the hard edge. It's definitely welded up there, so I may have to go back over and weld it again. Take my time, turn the heat down a little bit. But I'm going to crank some tunes, do a little bit of cleaning, and we're going to get back to welding. Like I said, it's Tuesday. I'm hoping by Thursday I have this stuff ready to primer. I looked a minute ago and I don't have any primer. I thought I did, but I don't. So I'm going to buy some. But unfortunately, our local hardware store decided they want to start closing at 6 o'clock on weekdays, which is absolutely ridiculous. They used to stay open until 7:30. They got new owners and they're more worried about tourists than they're worried about local people. So I need to find another hardware store to support, because the one closest to me, they don't really care about us, I don't believe. So anyway, let me get this stuff cleaned up and we'll get right back at it. And we're back. So now we've got the passenger side welded up, roughly metal filed in place. I ground the inside out. I still got a little bit of welding to do at the bottom down here, but that's all welded up and cleaned up. So I gotta weld this here. I need a filler piece for there, that bottom corner, then up this right here. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. And again, I've still got to decide what I want to do up here. If I want to weld this up, or if I just want to, I'll weld it. I'll end up welding it. It needs to be welded. One of the reasons I don't want to weld it is because I seam sealed it previously before when I did the initial inner fenders. And there's a little bit of stuff there, and things be kind of make a mess, but if all the shells, I'll tack it, stitch weld it, maybe put like little half-inch welds every couple inches, just enough for it to hold something, and then we'll seam seal over it and call it good enough. I think that'll be just fine. The other thing I got to do is down these sides here on both sides. I'll take these brake brackets or brake hoses out of the way. That one's already loose, so that's not gonna be a big problem. It's about 8:30. I'm gonna go ahead and go in the house, spend some time with my family, and maybe watch a little bit of Always Sunny, one of my favorite shows. So I'm gonna open the door, turn the fan on, and let it just kind of blow this smoke out of here. It's smoky as could be from welding and grinding. So, but we're making progress this week. There we go. I don't know if you can see it going out or not. Here comes Grace. Grace. Check out my work. Come on. Let's check it out. Come on, Grace. Let's see if we get Grace to do some inspecting before we go in the house for that night. Come on, Grace. Come on. Let's see it. Come on. Okay, she's checking that down there. Oh, that's good. All right. Thank you. Here, come over here. Look at this up here. Come on. Come on, Grace. Check up here. Check up here. Yeah, she's more worried about the stuff underneath. People won't be able to see it, so. But that's okay. The plan for tomorrow is to get those other spots cleaned up, welded up, filled in. Then I got to worry about the blower box. We're not going to do that this week. I'm going to get some primer tomorrow so I can get this stuff primed, and then we will put the bedliner on it. So we're getting closer. Let's just keep at it. Well, let's go ahead and call it off for tonight. I'm going to sit down, talk with my boss for a second, and see what she thinks. All right, it is now Wednesday around noon 30. We got off work. We went in this morning late because it was raining. We got there and decided we're just going to put it off, go in tomorrow. So I'm going to take this time to try and get something done out here. I've got the heat cranked on, get it nice and toasty in here. It's probably about 70 right now. We're going to go ahead and get this front end stuff welded up. I went to Walmart, got a new mic. Hopefully it sounds better than what we've had the last few days. So, yep, let's hope it's better. We're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna stitch weld, or not stitch weld, but weld some spots there. Weld a few spots over there. I'm not gonna worry about welding it solid. It's not really necessary. We'll end up seam sealing that area. I'm gonna get the spots down here cleaned up and ready to weld in. Same thing over here. Get that stuff kind of pulled off. Get it ready to weld up. Then once we get that done, the only thing we'll have left to do will be the inside bottoms and a few little trim pieces that we talked about earlier. So we're getting really close to having this thing wrapped up where we can probably get it primed. I don't know if we'll get it bed lined or not. I need to get some seam sealer, and I've got to find a place to get it. I think I can get O'Reilly's, but the last time I got it was like $40 a tube, and I don't know if I want to spend $40 on seam sealer right now, but I'll need to do it before we do the bed liner for sure. So I may have to, but anyway, let's get set up, get this stuff welded up, and keep making progress. Let's get this thing done this week. I edited the video last night. I think right now we're around 29 minutes into the video, so still maybe a longer video. And maybe we might not get this stuff done, but we'll have it ready for next time. So, we'll just have to see where we get. Let's get back to it. All right, we've got that welded up. we've got that welded up. Now just to do down this side and down that side. And I'm not gonna lie, I made it hard on myself because whenever I did the prep work, I cut a little wide, so we're gonna figure out some way to make that look nice, and I'm not exactly sure how that's gonna be, but there's a pretty good gap on the passenger side we gotta kind of fill in, and hopefully we can make it work. It's gonna have to work. I'm not a sheet metal guy. I've said it several times. I'm gonna keep saying it because I'm still not, so we'll get it looking better. Make sure whenever you're welding to check the inside of your cab. Make sure there's nothing flammable. The last thing you want to do is catch something on fire. I didn't do that today. That was just on Monday. I started welding on the inside. I forgot that I'd turned I pushed the carpet back to see how it fit around the wheel tubs on the driver's side. So I started welding. I caught the insulation on fire. Luckily, I noticed it right away. But stuff blowing out. Don't know if you can see the smoke or not, but it's definitely blowing out. But anyway, yeah, we got off work today because it was raining. Now the sun's out. We've got blue skies and it's getting windy. About down to 20 degrees tonight and get really nice and cold. So tomorrow we'll be back in long johns, overalls, bibs, pants, shirts, t-shirts, long t-shirts, sweatshirts, and jackets. Gotta love working construction in the winter, so it's part of it. But all right, we're gonna let stuff cool off for a second. We'll be right back out. Figure out what we want to do on the inside and get that part taken care of. So we're not far away. We're getting closer. I found some etching primer last night. I've got a dang near a full can of self-etch primer, and I believe that would be best on this raw metal to go to it with. So that's going to be the plan for that. So stay tuned. All right. Kind of got stuck in the house for a little while. We had supper, hung out with my wife for a little bit, and but anyway. So I went to the local hardware store, got a little deburr bit, started getting these spots cleaned up a little bit better, so I can make room to get them filled in. And I noticed that there's a lot of trash inside here, inside the water area for the runoff, the drain. I pulled out a huge mouse nest, and then I took a blower and blew out inside here, and it was just chock full of stuff. So luckily none of that stuff wanted to catch on fire, but all right, so the next thing we have to do is get the sides welded up down both sides. Then there's a small spot on the left side, a small spot on the driver's side. Get those touched up, and then we'll be ready to seam seal this stuff. I got a couple of metal splinters that are kind of irritating my fingers, but no big deal. Once I get that welded up, we can start doing the body work on the stuff and hope to get it primered here probably tomorrow, I'm guessing. So I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and try and get the other stuff welded up, get it ready. It's going to be such a tight shot that I'm not really going to get to record what I'm doing. So you just have to take my word for it. But we're going to get in there and get it done. I'm probably going to pull these brake lines off the passenger side, get them out of the way, and we'll just deal with it from there. All right, guys. Unfortunately, that's going to be the end of this week's video. We didn't get as much done as I wanted to. We got really close. But if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I'm not really happy with how it's coming out. With that being said, the thing I'm not happy with is the way some of the metal finishing is coming out. I need to buy some burr bits, some carbide tipped burr bits, where I go in and clean some of those welds up, make them look a little bit better, and then get more prepared to do the seam sealer, because I want it to look good when it's done. I don't want it to look chunky and funky. So I've always said I'm not ever going to rush myself to get something done by a deadline, because that is how you do things the wrong way, because you get in a hurry and you start rushing and forcing stuff. That's something I'm not willing to do. So we'll take a step back and we'll re-kick next week. But anyway, I also want to say, one of the reasons I couldn't do anything tonight, we had to take my daughter back down to Vanderbilt. She had an abscess with where she had her gallbladder removed last 2 weeks ago. and so she had a stitch that busted open. It was oozing out a little bit, not to be real gross, but just a little bit of concern. So they took her down, had her looked at. They're gonna give her some antibiotics, and said it's completely normal for what's going on there. There's nothing back behind it they have to worry about, so she's in good health. It's just a matter of letting that heal up. So better safe than sorry. That comes to that. So when I got home and had much time to actually work in the garage tonight, so that's one of the reasons we got to stop there. But also, again, I'm not going to force it. I want it to be right when it's done. So it's worth it. Take your time. As you can see, like in the firewall, it looks a little worse in video than it does in person, but this stuff needs to be ground down a little bit better so I can get a really good, nice bead in there. Same thing up here. I want to do the same thing. Clean those welds up where I can get a really nice seam. I want it to look just like this when it's done. Same thing over here. There's a couple small pinholes I need to weld up, and then I can grind it out and make it look better. Same thing here. Clean these up where I can get that seam seal looking really nice. I've got this welded up from the inside. I just need to come on the outside and weld it up and then fill some of this stuff in. Same thing over here. I got to figure out how I want to do this, get that welded up. And then we have all the firewall stuff pretty well done. Then that means we can get the blower box fixed next week. And the big goal for next week is get those finished up, of course, get the front suspension stuff tore apart, get it cleaned up, and get it ready to paint, get some primers and paint on it if we can. And hopefully have this thing about ready to put back together on the front end next week. I still have to get the shock mounts figured out, welded up, braced up, gusseted, so I don't have to worry about those things moving anymore. So anyway, again, I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure and do all the good YouTube things. Make sure you hit the like switch, comment down below, hit the notification bell for future videos. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I really do appreciate it. I've had 3 of the 5 winners reach out, so I'm still waiting on 2. And the funny thing is 2 people that comment quite often on my videos, so it's kind of weird that they haven't said anything yet, but we'll just have to kind of see how that goes. Thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate it. I can't be here without you guys. You keep me motivated. You keep me going all week this week. I've been here every single night this week doing something. Even tonight, I came out and cleaned the garage up. Like, you see the floors are clean. And with the mess that I made, it took a while. And one of the funny things was, I don't know if I got this on video or not, I had to pull the windshield wiper motor off because this thing was chock full of like a rat's nest, mouse nest, and it was all full of dirt and acorns and all sorts of stuff. So I had to pull that out, and I blew it out of the air hose and have an absolute mess all over the floor. Inside the cab of the truck is full of it where I was blowing it out, which this side's not so bad, but more like over there where it blew out of the vents. So I'm going to go through and clean all that stuff out and get it ready to put back together. But we're getting there. We're making progress. I said it several times. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure and check back in next week where we get back on Kaydee's Mazda, get more stuff done, and we'll catch you then. Thank you guys. All right, guys, I know typically I do something funny at the end of these videos, but today we're going to be a little more serious. If you can, make sure and reach out to your friends. Make sure and check on them. Make sure everybody's doing okay. Make sure that you can be there for them if they need you, or if you need somebody, make sure and reach out. Don't be a man and just do it yourself. Find a friend, reach out, find your support group, find your help, find your friends, and let's take care of each other. Let's build each other up, not tear each other down. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys keep me grounded and excited to do stuff. And you guys reaching out and talking to me all the time really keeps me motivated. But at the same time, I have several friends that I like to check on, make sure they're doing okay. So please reach out to your friends. Make sure everybody's doing okay. Let's all love each other. And let's keep it grinding, all right? Later.